And welcome to another live stream watch long reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to DC United versus Toronto FC 2026 MLS season live stream watch along reaction week 17. We are here and we are ready. Halfway through the season for Toronto FC. Their halfway mark. Week 17, match 17. They'll play DC United on the road at DC or at Audi Field. We'll talk about the starting 11s when they're showing up on TV because I don't know. We'll see if the computer bricked, but it's definitely rebooting. It wouldn't show the frickin' cursor on a black screen if it was bricked, though. I don't know. How we doing, Henry? Old-ass computer might finally be on its last legs. Can't say I'm too surprised. Either way. There we go. All right. TV and camera are fine, but there you go. How we doing, Henry? How we doing? We might not have the stats of the half tonight. Hell. Worst case, I guess I'll have to get them off of FotMob off my phone. DC United versus Toronto FC. It's different. Starting 11s are as follows. Sean Johnson in goal for DC United. Keisuke Kurikawa, Lucas Bartlett, Kai Rolls, Sylvain Hefty. How we doing, son? João Peglo, Andre Dozzel, Brandon Servania, Jackson Hopkins, Luis Montano, and Tabaribo for DC United. How we doing, Dillon? How we doing, son? Alex Bono on the bench. 2 Toronto former goalies going against us. Toronto FC starting 11. In goal, Luka Gavrin. Okay, that makes sense. Back 4, Jackson Gilman, Walker Zimmerman, Zane Monlouis, Kobe Franklin. Makes sense. Jonathan Osorio, Richie Larea, defensive midfield. Wait, what? Daniel Shallowy, Derek Etienne Jr., Theo Corbianu, and Emilio Arista the ball up top. Yeah, he's gone, lost his mind. Robin Fraser's gone and lost his mind if he ever had it, which God only knows. He's lost his mind. He's actually lost his mind. Is my agenda working? Tabaribo, the player to watch for DC United. Duh, he scores all the time. 9 goals this season, which is not as much as I'd expect from him, but it's fine. And we got Daniel Shallowy, player to watch for Toronto FC. 16 matches, 4 goals, 3 assists this season. Is this just because he's Hungarian and tomorrow's the Hungarian Grand Prix that's also on Apple TV? He's actually been good for us, but Sargent isn't even on the bench. Did he hurt himself? This is actual grass. Did he hurt himself? Cuba U20, Mog El Salvador 3-0. Damn. That's just sad. DC United Toronto starting soon. As I said before, as I said on load management, of course, AKA, I know we've been off for 6 weeks, but our starting striker needs time off because reasons. Lord. Kelsey's out tonight and Moore will start his final ever game for Portland. Hope it goes well for him, Mora. How did Holland get so popular in America? Because Holland is likable. Holland himself is a cool guy. And he scores goals. Dude looks like a model as well. I can see why he got popular. Amazing personality, goal scorer, and for the people who care about him being attractive, he's attractive. I mean, I'll call it like I see it. Okay, so. So, it is what it is. But I don't care about that, but others say so. So, U20 game's been hella fun. Mexico game yesterday was a W. Hopefully Canada's will be good as well because we'll be live for it tomorrow. Let's go, DC United, says Graham. I have a different approach to reviewing fall menus. What I want to go is try every pumpkin spice latte in Denver for YouTube to save money and still try everything I can. Okay. We got to kind of change it up. 1-0 Cincinnati, Denke. So, I mean, that is what it is, but see if it pops up. Cali Classico is this weekend, I guess. I guess. Yep. Or it's tonight, actually. Okay. You have time until you have to get the lattes, get your money up. Also, Starbucks is lacking. Don't want to get the whole menu this year. I haven't seen the menu for Starbucks this fall. So. Or Tim Hortons. Or Dunkin'. Or any of that. I haven't seen any of them, to be fair. Game about to get going. Can Toronto draw again for the third straight game? Will they lose? Will they keep a point per game through their first half of the season? They're cool but not thought-provoking enough. I mean, I've never thought a freaking coffee was thought-provoking, but okay. Haven't seen Dunkin's yet. Dunkin' mixes it up yearly. The only thing I care about holiday-wise is two things. Here's the two things I care about holiday-wise. I want them to bring back the Coca-Cola. I want them to bring back the Coca-Cola holiday creamy vanilla and the Shirley Temple Sprite. If that happens, I'm happy. That's what matters to me. So. The holiday menus body the fall ones in terms of having a full unit/department. Interesting, yeah. Oh. Well, win probability. Holiday menus are like if Miami had a competent defense. That's true. 44.1% win probability for DC, 29.4 for Toronto. $26.5 for a draw. MLS. Referee Sergei Boyko. Oh, God. No! Sergei Boyko is the referee today for this match. Oh, God. This is a disaster. This is going to be a disaster. This is going to be a disaster. Lucas Spala is the VAR referee. This is going to be a disaster. Well, this is going to be a complete and utter disaster. Great. Sergei Boyko, the garbage referee, and Lucas Spala, the garbage referee with the most power. This is going to be horrible. It's going to be horrible. Horrible. Yeah, he stinks. Boyko was actually okay last game. I was watching a bit of his game. I guarantee you he's going to suck again. Etienne Jr. somehow starting this match. I don't get it. And here we go. TFC's kickoff to begin. And TFC kicks off to start the match. 0-0, and we got 90 minutes of football to be played. Playing forward. All right, there we go. There we go. Nil-nil. Throw in for DC. Owen Goodman's been loaned to Dundee in the Scottish Prem. It's an interesting move. Well, I mean, it's a really good move for a goalie. Definitely. I hope it does well for him. Phil Neville's calling another Toronto game. Oh, no. That's not a good sign. They got Phil Neville on another Toronto game. Wow. Please tell me that has nothing to do with who he wants to manage. Dundee United, Scottish Prem, man's cooked. Dude, you're the one who supports the Scottish Prem. What are you talking about, cooked? What? Or or Dundee. I would think, well, hopefully not. There we go. All right, playing forward, DC on the ball. Thank the Lord. Nil-nil. Both Dundee teams are awful. Playing forward, Corbianu, cross, shot saved by Sean Johnson. Etienne Jr. actually took a shot. It's our first shot in, like, what? 3 games? Feels like it. Do you think Chelsea are cooking in the transfer window? I mean, I think they're solid. I think they're doing pretty well, all things considered. I mean, I'm not too mad about it. Playing forward. Corbianu does not get to the ball there. Good job. I think Chelsea's transfer window's been pretty good, all things considered, yeah. I think they've done a pretty good job, all things considered, but playing forward. Osorio. TFC actually don't look half bad right now. Okay. They actually don't look half bad right now. Does Dorsch get officially announced next week? I would assume so, yes. I would assume so. Does Chelsea could go after John Stones? Oh, God. Okay, that's not... Well, if Xabi wants him, if Xabi wants John Stones, I'm okay with it. If it's Blueco who want John Stones, which I can't exactly believe that, but... Well, if it's something that Xabi wants, I'm fine with it. If Xabi wants John Stones... I'm okay with it. I'm absolutely fine with it. Chelsea needs center backs. But we're going to go with John Stones. We're going with John Stones. What other positions do you think Chelsea needs this season? Whatever Xabi thinks. Whatever Xabi thinks we need is what we need. If it's a Xabi signing, I'm 100% behind it. If it's a Blueco signing, they're a bunch of idiots. And that's the way I feel about it. It's the way I feel about it when it comes to Chelsea. If it's a Xabi signing, 100% behind it. Blueco signing, get him the... No. Disaster. Arsenal could get Vinicius Jr. Does TFC need another proven striker? Here's the thing. If Sargent is good, if he could just start scoring. He does everything else right. He does all the work. He presses. He presses. He draws in defenders. He passes well. The thing is with a price tag like his, even in MLS, well, in general, especially in MLS, maybe in the Prem, when you get $25 million, you could be like, hey, you know what? That's a bench piece, and it'll be a good bench piece. But in MLS, $24 million means you better score 20 goals a game. It's like being that £100 million player in the Prem. He needs to score goals. But when he figures that out or gets a system to score the goals, AKA, what I'm saying is we're pretty much stuck with him. Whether we want to be or not, we're stuck with him. But I can see the positives in him. We can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. And that's the problem with not firing Fraser. Would have Sargent been my first choice? No. Would be going for Dorsch instead of keeping Cifuentes been my first choice? No. But we got to accept what the situation is. And that's, especially in MLS, we have to accept the situation no matter who the manager is. Because they're idiots. Should Gio Reyna go to the MLS? He's not even home, though. Josh Sargent isn't even home, though. He's playing in Canada. He's American. It's also our fault for being desperate and thinking Josh Sargent was the answer. But I got my ideas to turn him into a good player. Shot saved by Gavin. Why'd you drop it? Catch the ball and not fall on it. Catch it completely. 8th minute. So basically, when it comes to Josh, Like, no matter who the new manager is, whether they fire Fraser's the first thing, that'll be correct no matter what. But if you're going to hire another jackass who's going to make this team just be what they've been, that doesn't work. Like, it needs to be fire Fraser, call the pirate. But honestly, even somebody else can be worse than Fraser. But any new manager is going to have to deal with the fact Sargent was signed. Any new manager cannot throw the baby out with the bathwater. Unless they want to completely... I think there are answers here. And it's not like he's a garbage player. It's the fact that he ain't scoring goals. But he does everything else right. So if we could give him the service or make the team play in a way where he can score goals, or at least farm assists with the passes he makes and the attention he draws, and then we can make an assist to Shallowy or Henry or whatever, whether he can farm assists, as long as he's getting goal involvements, which he's not doing, we'd be in a better position. If we could start getting him goal involvements, whether it's coming off his foot or he's using his drawing defenders in and then he passes it to Shallowy or Henry or Jordy or anybody on the team, good. But he's not getting the goal involvements, points. He's not getting the points, if you want to use a hockey parlance. He's doing everything else right. It's like Austin Matthews. He's not scoring right now, but he's doing everything right. But is he worth the paycheck if he's doing everything right but not scoring? No. But again, should Gio Reyna go to the MLS? Yes. I wish he'd come to Toronto. He needs somebody who actually believes in him, who will play him all the time. Our physios are still garbage. But as a noted Gio Reyna stan, him being the number 10 over Jordy, I'd be over the moon. So I believe in him. I believe in Gio. So I have no idea. Gilberto Mora, that's the only one. And Tyler Rangel, that's about it. Tyler Rangel and Gilberto Mora, and I think Quinones will still be there. That's my main three. That's the three I believe will be there no matter what. Everything else, I couldn't tell you. I think Hormiga would be there. I think Hormiga will be the starting striker by then. But it's 4 years away. It's 4 years away. Like, we haven't even seen a week of football, really, since the World Cup's ended. A week. Most leagues haven't even started back yet. I can't say shit until, like, February. To where I could be like, okay, it's still early, but, you know, hell, we haven't even had the first convocados since the World Cup. And not much is going to change for any team. You know, I mean, there are players where I'm like, sure, they'll be there. I'm sure. Like Gilberto Mora, unless he's injured, he's going to be there. Quinones, I think he's got one more in him. Hormiga, I think he's going to start as the striker. Tyler Rangel, he's a goalie, so he's still pretty young for a goalie, and he was good at the World Cup, so I think Tyler Rangel, unless somebody else pops up, which I don't really think so, Tyler Rangel probably still has he'll be on the roster. He'll probably start, but we'll see what happens there. That's about it. NYCFC 1-0 for Fernandez. Yes, I will. I'll be doing the watch-alongs for the Nations League. Don't worry. Obed Vargas and Brian Gutierrez over the bar by DC United. Well, he said starters, but I believe Obed and Brian will be on the roster, yeah. I don't know if they'll start. I think roster is an easier thing to say, that they'll be on the roster. Over the bar by Peglow. Starter. Obed, probably a starter. But Lira, it depends with Lira what happens with him when it comes to the rest of his career. But, you know, Gutierrez, good saves. How long to the hydration break? That doesn't happen here unless it's just actually too damn hot. Like, that's actually 81 degrees. I don't know if I would assume probably the 25th minute if there is one, though. But it wouldn't be commercials. Carles Gil, great goal. 1-0 New England over Atlanta. Well, yeah, they're playing Atlanta, though. DC United has 6 draws in their last 9. We're just as bad. It's the battle of mid. How we doing, Capitan? How we doing, Rafa? How we doing? How we doing? How you feeling about the Charlotte game? 2-0 over the Red Bulls. How you feeling about that? Over the top. Winless in their last 10 road matches for Toronto. What about Alex Badia? He plays in La Liga. Brother can't even be over Unai Simon. So, he's going back to Liga MX, isn't he? Doing good, amazing defense so far. Also, MLS All-Star Weekend. Yep. And Tuesday and Wednesday are the All-Star celebrations. So, we'll be live for both of those. Monday, we have the Central American Cup predictions because that starts on Tuesday, and we'll cover some Central American Cup games on Thursday, but we have the All-Star stuff to do on Tuesday and Wednesday. It is what it is. It is what it is. But tomorrow we have the F1 Hungarian Grand Prix, and we have the Canada U20 match against Panama in the U20 Championship. So, who wins, Toluca or Cruz Azul? I say Toluca. In my book. Toluca. Yankee Stadium, section 103, in front of both team benches. Lewandowski covered his mouth in shame with the Fernandez goal. Well, damn, Lewandowski's on the bench? They don't want to play him on Yankee Stadium, do they? I guess not. Why are no European teams going after Eric Lira? Because it's probably the same thing as always. Mexican teams are asking for way too much money. Oh, speaking of former Toronto players, Brandon Servania playing in this game, by the way. Casemiro doing his best Busquets passing impression. Well, I guess the football hasn't completely left him. As long as you go to Miami, I guess. Ball crossed in, cleared away. Not enough. Free kick for Toronto. Over the top. Still can't believe we got him as a non-DP. I'm sure Miami finagled something. Because he had to have, Miami officially has their metronome now. Well, they finally got one back. It's called, he has to have a 4-week break after the World Cup. Legally, he has to have a 4-week break by the rules of FIFA Pro and football. The reason why he won't get suspended for missing the All-Star game is he has an enforced 4-week break after the World Cup, and his team went to the final. But even if they had, I think the only way he would have shown up at the All-Star game is if they had lost to Egypt. If Argentina had lost to Egypt, he would have shown up at the All-Star game. Once they won that game, it was out. It was out of the contention. Son can show up because, well, shit, he didn't even play outside of June for Korea. So that's already been 4 weeks. David Ochoa. Streets won't forget 2021 David Ochoa. Streets won't forget. Head case. Finally got back into MLS. Complete backup. Got humbled. And hasn't been able to become a starter since he got humbled. But he was a head case for a while. And I don't know, even if he does have the talent, I don't know if people are going to trust him. They trust him enough to be a backup. He certainly got humbled, but he's got to eat. I guess he's got to eat more shit to get another chance. Because isn't he at LAFC now? And I think he's actually also a goalkeeping coach for their academy as well. So he's definitely ate enough shit, but he was a head case for a while. Like, he burnt bright. He flew too close to the sun. He burnt bright, but he flew too close to the sun. Like, once he got high on his own supply, the man became a head case. Probably the biggest head case in MLS history. Has to be. I've never seen a head case bigger in MLS. Well, no, I don't think I have. Unless, well, Brian Fernandez used to play for the Timbers. Was it Brian Fernandez? Yeah, him. He might have been that head case, but that's not a funny. Well, I guess not, but it's not as bad when you just get too damn cocky and you become a head case, or compared to being a drug addict. I mean, Ochoa head case was like, dude. It was like he was, I don't know. He got too damn cocky too damn quickly. And then he went AWOL, I think. But St. Louis versus the Rapids. St. Louis is really good right now, though. They've had a really good return. 20th minute. The tiki-taka still exists without Messi there. Well, good. Gonna have to watch it for another 2 weeks. Shit, he won't even play Leagues Cup, will he? Oh. Messi won't even play Leagues Cup. Maybe like the last group stage game. Oh. Emmanuel Ochoa, I mean, he's a good goalie. Isn't he also a goalie? Too many Ochoa goalies. Jesus Christ. I think, if I'm correct, Guillermo, the head case. Now you got me confused. Playing forward. That's out for a throw-in. Going with Cruz Azul. Playing forward, Corbiano. Cross in. Top of the box. Richie, shot wide. Am I crazy to say Toronto's doing better? I think Toronto looks actually good tonight. Manuel Ochoa. I mean, I think he's pretty good. I wouldn't say he's better than Padilla in my book. Yeah, he's better than Padilla in my book. You know, honestly, I think Emmanuel Ochoa is even more talented than Padilla in my book. Yeah. Ball crossed in. Header brought down, crossed over, cleared away. I think Toronto's actually been the better team tonight. I know Robin Hood was leading at the half in the Club Shield. See if they won. Weymouth Wales won on penalties. Robin Hood held on and won 2-0. All right. in the Caribbean Club Shield. All right. Good for them. 0-0, 23rd minute. Ian Fry suspended the next game. He just got his 5th yellow. Damn. That's going to suck for y'all. Luckily, I think there's an MLS game in between that and the Leagues Cup. So, tonight in the Leagues Cup. So, y'all should be fine. Should be. Playing forward. I would think since the MLS some competition, it would count if it was right before Leagues Cup. But either way, goes down. Free? No. 0-0. I think Toronto's been the better team, honestly. Maybe it's because we're playing a team just like us that loves to draw instead of win. Maybe. I don't know. Either way. What happened to Efrain Alvarez? I know he plays for Chivas or Julian Araujo. They just didn't make the national team. I mean, why is Toronto taking a 2-week break? Leagues Cup. I'm going to assume because of Leagues Cup, they're going to play the Leagues Cup group stage out and then play the knockouts during the midweek like they did last year. So the MLS, the teams who don't play Leagues Cup matches are taking a break. I think that's what it is. So Toronto does not play for the next 2 weeks after Friday of next week against NYCFC because of the Leagues Cup, because they weren't good enough to make the Leagues Cup. So the teams who did not make the Leagues Cup will not play because they need the viewership for Leagues Cup. So they're not going to schedule games for those teams who didn't make it in MLS because they'd rather have the Leagues Cup group stage. So it's just going to be day after day of Leagues Cup group stage games like last year. When we get past that, the MLS will be back on the weekends, and the Liga MX will be back on the weekends, and the Leagues Cup games will be in the midweek for the quarterfinal, semifinal, and I think the final is on the weekend anyway. So quarterfinals and semifinals are midweek. Third place and final is on a Sunday in like the middle of August, like last year. I would assume that's the case, but I don't know why else they'd be taking a break. So, Leagues Cup. Playing forward. If you're going to call the Pirate, you should have called him before the World Cup, or in the break during the World Cup. If you're going to call him, I don't care if we win this match. Call him now. Even then, worst case, we win this match, and then New York drops our heads on the pavement. Either way. I'm sure we're only really looking good because DC's just as bad as us, if not worse. I guess. Cleared away. Throw in for DC, 0-0. Throw in. Throw in, header. Brought down, cross. Shot, blocked away for a corner. Malaysia set to host F1 race in October. Sepang is back. Thanks. Efrain was never that good. Sadly, he's also overweight. I mean, you could have your thoughts. I mean, if the player's overweight, they must be eating something. Whether you want to go stereotypical or not, whether it's on you. But You would think footballers would have a better diet. You would think Liga MX would want their footballers to have a better diet. You would think. But then again, maybe they just don't give a shit as long as the team's making money. And as long as the team's making money, they don't care how professional they are. How the fuck is MLS not overtaking them? Like, legitimately, how have we not won? We've only won one Champions Cup. I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, yeah. Yeah, but I'd say Josie's similar to a Cristiano in frame. Josie's similar to a Zlatan in frame. He was always Balotelli, Lukaku, João Pedro frame. No. Diego Costa. Like, he was always more of that power forward, so to speak. Akinola tried to get that frame, but he got very overweight. Speaking of overweight, Akinola tried to have the Josie frame. I don't know if he should have done that. I think that was one of the mistakes that Akinola made. I mean, I love Io, don't get me wrong. But if you remember Io when he first made his debut, he didn't have that Josie frame, 2019, 2020, even the 2018 games he played. He didn't really have that frame. Then he comes back from his ACL injury, or even before it, actually. I think 2021 he really bulked up as well. I mean, what else could you do? I mean, it was still COVID. But he thought he needed – the weird part is he thought he needed to bulk up, which the way we moved tactically made no sense. Because Io had a really big breakout season in 2020. He bulks up when Armas comes in and he needed to press. And he was a fine presser under Vanny. He chooses to bulk up, tears his ACL, which I don't think there was a correlation there. It's just ironic that happened. And then he bulks up even more on his way back. Now, by then, Bradley was not playing that system, but I feel like he put on too much on his frame. He tried to be Josie when he could have just been Io. And I think that, I don't know why I'm going there, but I mean, what the hell is Io even doing now? Like, I hate it for him. Like, I was rooting for him. I still am. You know, like, Io was on such a good trajectory. I have his jersey. One of my TFC jerseys has Io on it. Like, dude, 2021. Man. Of course it was 2021 because it was after. Either way, man, I was rooting for Io, man. He should have never tried to become Josie. Like, I think that was his mistake. Dude tried to. I don't think he needed to bulk up. Higuain, yeah, there you go. Josie used that to his physicality advantage. Josie was made to do that. Io wasn't, is my point. And no penalty. 32nd minute goal kick. Okay. Josie was muscular. Exactly. Josie is muscular. He always was. Io tried to be Josie. He was not muscular. It looked more like weight, not muscle, you know? I don't think he got the idea. Like, I don't think either way. 1-1 Chicago tied it. Well, I mean, Shaqiri was a brick shit house in my book. He was mini Hulk. Shaqiri was mini Hulk. Still is. For his height, he's a brick shit house. I mean, Josie was a brick shit house too, but you know. Oh no, I always thought it was going to be shit. The best buff dude is Adama Traore. Oh yeah, Adama Traore, yeah. What the hell is he doing now? Is he back at Wolves or something? I remember when Barca wanted him. I remember. Streets won't forget Adama Traore. COVID Adama Traore. Streets won't forget. Columbus tied at 1-1 Jamal Tiare. But I don't think Io got the right idea. Like, he thought he would just have to bulk up. No. See, Josie was always a brick shithouse. Still is. Josie still got the, like, he's not lost it, in my opinion. Watching him on Telemundo and watching him in that friendly 2-1 NYCFC. Like, Josie still got the muscle. Thinking about getting into the Prem this season. What team do you think I should support? Well, no, I don't want you to support Chelsea. I mean, honestly, if you like Xabi Alonso and you're a Bayer Leverkusen fan, or you were a Real Madrid fan, I'd say Chelsea. Xabi Alonso might be doing something special this year, honestly. But if you want to do you want to jump on the bandwagon or not? Like, if you want to jump on a bandwagon, City or Arsenal. If you want to root for a team and watch them build back into being great, I guess Chelsea. If you want to root for a smaller team that has a chance to win something, Aston Villa or Newcastle, which I don't know. But either way, if you want to watch a team who is an underdog, who might be some shot, save! Sean Johnson makes a save out for a corner. Toronto has been the better team, though. Philadelphia 1-0 over Seattle. Y'all did completely broke them, yeah. Coventry, maybe? It depends on what you want. It depends on what you want. If you want a team that's already a good team, who has a chance to win the league, Arsenal, City. You want a team who's just a good team on their way back up. Thinking about Brentford seems like it would be fun. Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. I guess they'd be more in a Villa tier, in like the Villa tier. People will call you a hipster, but do with that what you want. Etienne Jr. taking a throw in. Takes it long. Didn't know he had that. Either way, yeah, I think Io Akinola put on more pounds when he bulked up than muscle. That was the mistake. And I don't think his frame ever really meant to have as much muscle as Josie ended up or always had. Which type of people support Man United? People who like pain and frustration. Well, yeah, I mean, it's the same type of people who support Toronto FC. And I guess current Chelsea. And also the Toronto Maple Leafs. Playing forward. Chelsea used to be in the tier with the Patriots, where there always were a good chance for a trophy. Free kick for DC, advantage play. Chelsea was always in the tier with the Patriots for a long time. Always a good chance for a trophy, no matter what, how bad my other teams were. Now they're in the same tier as Toronto. Just the Patriots and Patriots. Gazdag 2-1 Columbus. Yeah. We're doing a live Liga MX reaction. Probably after Leagues Cup. We might do Sundays with that. Probably on open Sundays that aren't Formula One. I kind of don't want to wake up at 7. Well, I guess I could take a nap in between. If it's like a 9 o'clock match. I guess I could. But, probably after the Leagues Cup. Certainly, I think I'll do some before the playoffs. So, some August or September. Late August, early September. We'll do a Liga MX match. But either way, 38th minute. I mean, I have the Canada game tomorrow. Canada U20 game tomorrow. Playing forward in the Formula One Grand Prix in the morning. but it's 9-3 or 8-3 instead of like 2-0. New England Door Turgeman. Yep. They won 2-0. I saw the score. I'm glad. I'm glad to see Robin Hood won and went to the quarterfinals. They have to get to the final to make the Caribbean Club Champion or Caribbean Cup. The Caribbean Cup, which we'll find out very shortly. And I think their first Caribbean Cup game might be right as they the midweek after they play the final. The way things look, or at least possibly could be. That's a tight window. That's a really tight window. 39th minute. Weymouth Wales and Robin Hood to the quarters. Oh, they're all on the same post. Okay, cool. Weymouth Wales, Barbados. Don't know who they are. Robin Hood. Shot saved. Weymouth Wales, Mount Pleasant advanced by default. So Mount Pleasant and Weymouth Wales and Robin Hood all advanced to the quarters. Okay. And another team, Slingers FC. Haven't heard of them. They're new. Corner for DC. Corner for DC, 40th minute. But yes. So basically they got to win 2 more games to make the Caribbean Cup. Which I think their side of the bracket's a lot easier, I think, if I'm correct. I think Mount Pleasant and Weymouth Wales are on the same. Either way. Ball crossed in. Shot, goal! DC scores! DC scores against the run of play. Oh, you got to be kidding me. We've actually been playing well, and we allow a goal off the corner. Par for the course. Par for the course. Par for the course. It's Montenot, I think. Yep, Louis Montenot, of course. Well, we're going to lose the game now. It gets to Montenot on the corner. He slides it in, and it's a goal. And Richie didn't even try. He blows past Richie. He's open, and then boom. Of course they do. We haven't even been that bad today comparatively. 3-1 NYCFC. I mean, I know we're garbage, and I know they're garbage, and I know we suck at Audi Field. But come on, we actually been playing well today, comparatively. Comparatively, we've been playing well today. 3-1 NYCFC Jones. And we're down to frickin'... I was off Kyle Rolls, they say. They say it was Kyle Rolls. They say it was Kyle Rolls. No, but of course this happens. Kudagawa with a cross. 41 minutes. 1-0. So it was the Australian Kyle Rolls, actually, who got the touch. Playing well keeps Fraser. I don't want to play well. So Fraser gets the boot. I know. I'm just pissed. Like the one time we actually play well, we actually allow a goal. We actually playing well tonight. We're the ones who allow a goal. Unlike the past 2 games where both teams were playing shittily and nobody scored. Like, are you kidding me? We actually play well. We allow a goal. We play like shit for 2 games and don't allow a goal for 180 minutes, but we allow a goal. Actually playing well. Comparatively, I should say. I won't say it was perfect, but, you know, whatever. Ball crossed in. Punched away. Shot saved. .44th minute. I don't think Curtin's even okay. Jim Curtin, I mean, he's now the Austin manager, so it doesn't exactly matter, but, you know. Honestly, I didn't want either of them. Honestly, I didn't want either of Fraser or Curtin, to be honest. But either way. But either way, 2 minutes of stoppage time. .45 plus 2. Thoughts on LeBron going to Philly? Yes. Shot saved. Exactly. My thoughts are this. Kawhi and Scotty Barnes are going to destroy Embiid and LeBron. Those are my thoughts. The LeBronto memes will die. Kawhi will end the LeBronto memes. Kawhi will end the LeBronto memes and make Embiid cry again. Those are my thoughts. 46th minute. Of course, when the trade goes through. How we doing, Captain Falcon? How we doing? Yes. Yes, it was. Playing forward. Well, at least in my lifetime. Playing forward, that's going to go out. And it's halftime. Kyle rolls with a goal. It's 1-0 at the half. Oh, shit, I forgot to fix that. Well, guess I'll do the halftime fix anyway. There we go. Well, might as well. I don't know. Perfect first half. If you want Fraser fired, which I guess it is a perfect first half, then 1-0. The team looks like they can actually do something right, but the manager screws them. Fair enough. Fair enough. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the halftime of the stats, get this one going, sit, tie me back. 45 more minutes. It's 1-0 DC. We'll take a short break and be back. Because he wants a super team. That's why. It's the same thing LeBron's done his whole career. Build a super team. It's what he does. I mean, he would have had Giannis, so I'm kind of surprised. Either way, we'll be back. Sit tight, be back. 1-0. We're back for the stats of the half. The Cavs are a far better option than Miami, but Philly makes more sense given LeBron wants to keep playing power forward and has enough athletic and defensive help around him. He doesn't want to be the number one option. That's why he took a $4 million per deal, I guess. Kyrie Irving, ring any bells for you? Kevin Love? Dude, that Cavs team that won the championship, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love were just, dude, that was a super team. Acting like Kyrie and Irving. Acting like Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love don't exist. What? You're telling me that wasn't... You're telling me Kevin Love was at his peak, dude. Peak Kevin Love was something else. Like, okay. Or maybe the Raptors just sucked. I don't know. Either way, stats the half. 43% possession. Sean Farrell's going to the Ducks. Okay. 57% possession. 9 shots to 4. 4 shots on goal to 3. 1 big chance missed to 0. 126 accurate pass to 177. 83% pass accuracy to 84. 5 corners to 1. 9 shots to 4. 4 shots on goal to 3. 152 passes to 211. 83% pass accuracy to 84. We have 9 throws to 18. 0 offside to 0. 0 yellow cards to 0. 0 red cards to 0. 4 fouls to 1. 1-0 at the half. Oh, it's a Kobe Franklin own goal. Wow. Okay. Yes, if it was possible, yes, I would. Yes, I would. Anything I could manage, I would pay Danhausen. With that being said, well, I feel like if Chivas USA didn't do it, nobody can do it. And honestly, I mean, I know Supra's kind of doing that in the CPL with Quebecers. I think the CF Montreal should do what Supra's doing, but it would look very poor if they did the same thing. I legitimately believe if anybody could get away with it, it'd be CF Montreal. Only signing Quebecers. And I'm surprised that wasn't the idea they had. Especially if they ain't going to be good. I mean, they might as well. You know, I mean, knowing how different Quebec is compared to, like, how protective of their culture the province of Quebec is, you would think, like, Supra legitimately is doing what a Quebec team should. Supra is signing only Quebecois players. And some players I didn't even realize were Quebecois. Sean Ray. That guy's name does not sound Quebecois. Okay? I didn't realize he was a Quebecer. Sean Ray. I did not realize that. But he is. That name does not sound Quebecois at all. If Robin Fraser still has a job tomorrow, Jason Hernandez too, it's criminal. This team can't score, can't defend, can't win. We're totally fucked. I agree with you. TFC Fanatic 1. I agree with you. So if anybody could do it and get away with it, it would be Montreal. I'm surprised they haven't done it ever, even tried it. I mean, now that Supra's doing it, it would look like a poor imitation of Supra. And it would also probably kill Supra if they tried, considering I guarantee you some of the better players on Supra would be on Montreal in that case. Like a Sean Ray. Mathieu Chouanier would probably make his way back to Montreal, of course. Maybe even David Chouanier. Maybe they'd be able to play together again. But, you know, knowing how protective Quebec is of their culture and their language and such, which they have their right to be, I think the only team who would get away with it is Montreal. Montreal would get away with it because Montreal is quirky, for lack of a better term. I don't think anybody else could do that. Can Cody please turn heel at SummerSlam? I hope he does. No, I'd rather get a Kawhi Leonard Toronto Raptors jersey, which, if the trade is confirmed, I will do. Which I will do. Which I will do. With that being said, second half about to start. Here we go. TFC walking out for the second half. See what they do. Here we go, second half. If the MLS did it, would it be top table team in the MLS or just flop? Well, Montreal's a flop. It might make them better, actually, to do what I suggested. Honestly, it can't be worse. You know, I don't think Toronto FC could do an all-Canadian team, and I don't think they would want to. And frankly, to do an all-Canadian team would just keep us where we are, maybe make us a little bit better, but it wouldn't make us a top team in the MLS or in CONCACAF. And our sites, or at least my sites, I don't know about MLSE's or Jason's or Pelly's or whatever, but I know what my sites are. And my sites are best team in CONCACAF. My sites are compete at the Intercontinental Cup and the Club World Cup and give teams some scares, if not win the damn thing. That's my site. That's what I want for us. That's what we should be. So making us a full 100% Canadian team would not do so. That would not. And our time to do that would have been at the beginning when there was no CPL, when there was no teams like Inter Toronto or Forge or Ottawa, or like we would have been the best thing for Canadian players to be at. I mean, of course, we still need our academy guys, but we need to have big players. Like, it would be nice to turn a team of all Canadian players into a world-class team and just mold them into diamonds. But, you know, I'm not dumb enough to, even I'm not delusional enough to believe that'll work. We need star players. TFC playing for it. We need star players. Whether they're perceived stars by us or they're old as shit, or we need that can actually perform. I mean, we've signed stars before and they haven't performed. I mean, there's only a certain amount that have, and even then, perform's a loose term unless you're talking about Seba Javinko and Josie Altidore. But, you know, and I wouldn't call Pozuelo a star before he came. I mean, I knew his name. I knew who he was, but I wouldn't say he was a star wide. I wouldn't say he was a star. He became a star when he played here, so Fraser's being buddy-buddy with Alex Bono. Yeah, because he was the assistant when he was here, won an MLS Cup. I mean, I get he probably... I mean, I wouldn't be, but I mean, my feelings about Alex Bono have been absolutely clear for years. But it's very embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. We should not be losing it. As I said, my beliefs, we need to win it to have a chance to be the best team in CONCACAF. I know we have way more tickets we can win, but we are not near winning any of those tickets. And the only ticket we can win that isn't the Can Champ is the MLS Cup. If we, well, one, called the Pirates. Second of all, went head over ass into it. Ass over tea kettle into it. And just won every game that was left, or won 14 out of 17, and then won every playoff game. Maybe 12 out of 17, and then drew everything else, and then won every playoff game. But you get my point. We need the Can Champ. We should be shooting for that. That is the bare minimum. That is the bare fucking minimum to me. And I don't know why it isn't MLSE. Like, I know. Don't get me wrong. The years we lose to Vancouver in this little run of not winning it since frickin' 2020, I understand it. Vancouver is way better than us. Understandable. I hate it because it was on penalties, but I understand it. We're garbage at penalties, and Vancouver's better than us, and we were playing at BC Place. I get it. It's the years where we lose in the preliminary round to a shitty Montreal team, to Ottawa, on penalties to two shit Montreal teams. Actually, no, 2-1, then on penalties. And then we make the final. Made the final, 2-1 to Montreal, final, penalties, Ottawa. And then losing Ottawa. Balou Tabla hat trick, 3-1 Ottawa. That is fucking embarrassing. How Fraser is still here, and how Bradley survived the first Montreal defeat, and how Fraser survived both preliminary round defeats. Fraser has not gotten past the preliminary round. He has not. Bradley made a final in 23. In 22, we made a final. 23, Bradley should have been fired after the frickin' Can Champ. It took like a month more. Fraser or Herdman got to a final. Fraser hasn't got past the prelim round. It's fucking embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. To be clear, I never chased out Bernadeschi. Never did. Never did. Okay? Insigne was garbage, though. Bernadeschi, never had a problem with him. I wish he stayed. I love Fetty. I want him to come back. And he kind of wants to come back as well, if you heard the way he spoke. And no, I've called Fraser a piece of shit manager the whole time, by the way. Didn't take long. Call the Pirate. But I hope Fetty comes back at some point. I really do. He wanted to go to Europe. He more chose to leave. We told Insigne to F off, and he was garbage the whole time. We thought he'd be Seba. He wasn't. And my complaints about Insigne, personally, my complaints were he was shit. He did not perform to the level that we thought he would for the money we paid him. Federico, he was amazing. He was amazing the whole time, and I don't think he should have been pushed out, but he wanted to leave. And he wanted a chance to play for Italy at the World Cup. And he thought going to Bologna would have done that. It did not. But I think Fetty still has it. I didn't want him to leave. I wanted Insigne to go because he was garbage. Because he was garbage. He still is garbage. He was horrible at Pescara. I wanted Insigne to go. He needed to go. He was bad. He did not perform. Fetty performed. And there's a reason why I have a Federico jersey and not an Insigne jersey, because Federico always performed. Fetty performed to the best of his ability. He worked his ass off. Yeah, he might have vaped in the locker room once, but who gives a shit about that? I know that was a Bradley fucking plan. That was Bradley's plan who put that shit out in The Athletic because he knew damn well he was about to get fired and rightfully so. I don't like that. That was a dirty thing to do. I don't care. That freaking Athletic article where Bradley's freaking plant went and just shit on half the locker room that didn't like him, rightfully so. That was dirty. Who cares? Like, yeah, is it against the rules to have? Maybe. Yeah, sure. It's life, though. Well, it's not like he's snoring crack. Either way, that's on Bacala. Freaking scumbag. Either way. The Toronto media loves things like that. You know, Toronto media loves hit pieces like that. Also, just like Darren Ferris probably loves paying people to back up 93, by the way. Speaking of Darren Ferris, why'd you have to open your mouth a couple of days ago? You jackass. You can't change my mind. The people defending 93 are paid by Darren Ferris. You can't change my mind. You can't change my mind. Either way. Like, I don't know. Timu Joey Fatone Stronzo? Yeah. The Timu Joey Fatone Stronzo? Yeah. Like him? Yeah, probably. Well, he was shit in Colorado in 2021 and he's still shit to this day. Armas had more success than Fraser with the same ownership. Exactly, which is wild because Armas was garbage here. Which, to be honest, I think Armas got fucked over 6 ways to Sunday. They bent him over a barrel and said, you're taking this team even though they can't play your system. Make the playoffs or you're fired. They always wanted Bradley. You cannot change my mind. Chris Armas got given the Vanny team who was getting old as shit, who couldn't run for nothing. It's kind of ironic. It kind of makes sense. Emilio and Etienne off for Kerr and Mihailovic. It kind of makes sense, right? That they played their best when Josie was hurt, when Oso was hurt, when Pozuelo was hurt. God love him. The man can't run. He's like Messi. The man don't run. He walks. God love Pozuelo. He wasn't a fit of the Armas system either. When the older guys or the guys who didn't run were hurt, they played their best. When they played Leon with TFC2, they played their best. Why? Because they were young players who could run their asses off. What do you know? I was a little bit harsh on Armas. I was very harsh on him. Also because I like a high-pressing system. None. No. If I was going to be on a reality show where I was sequestered from the world, I'd rather it be Big Brother. Now that's something I would do. Put me in the Big Brother house, okay? I actually want to compete. Shot saved by Sean Johnson. Header, another save cleared. Put me in the Big Brother house. There you go. Whether it's, well, I guess there's only a Big Brother America now. They got rid of Big Brother Canada. But either way, at least English. I think the Quebec one is still around, but I can't speak French. So either way, put me in the Big Brother house. I don't want to be sequestered from the world to be on that stupid show, Love Island. But the Big Brother house, that I will do. That I will do. And I will be the Russell Hantz of Big Brother. The GOAT of Big Brother. I will steamroll the house single-handedly. I will steamroll them single-handedly. The Russell Hantz of Big Brother. Bring it on! Single-handedly. Either way. Single-handedly steamroll the house. But as long as I make it to Zingbot, that is my dream. I also want to be zinged by Zingbot. That's also a dream, mind you. As long as I make it to Zingbot, I'm happy. Anything else is house money. But I still want to be the GOAT. The Russell Hanson big brother. How we doing? 1-0 to Houston. Because Russell Hanson's the GOAT of Survivor. That's just facts. I don't care. And when they said there was going to be a former Survivor castaway on Big Brother this year, I was hoping it was Russell and not Devins. Really, Devins? And like when they did all the letters of the house guests, and there was like 2 R's, and there was like a Survivor Easter egg. I'm like, Russell, right? It's got to be Russell. No, Devins. Who asked for fucking Devins? I wanted Russell, man. Who asked for Devins? Give me Coach or Russell. Jesus, man. Well, yeah, you're screwed. You're not scoring there. Nobody asked for Devins. Bro, we wanted Coach. Or Russell. Or Boston Rob. Or Parvati. We didn't want Devins? Okay. We didn't want Devins? There you go. Hell, I wish we got like Derek back or something from Big Brother 16 or whatever. Give us back Derek. Or frickin' Dr. Will. Or Dan Giesling or something. Jesus Christ, man. Nope. Devins. No, we're not. We're not scoring tonight. We were really good in the first half, but the second half, no, Sean Johnson's going to shut us down. That's how these things go, of course. 1-0. Sean Johnson's the man of the match. And Fraser, I hope it's see you bye. Either way. Either way. But yeah, no, I mean, if I was going to be on a reality show where I'm sequestered for the world for 3 months, give me Big Brother. Easy. Now that would be fun. And I would steamroll the whole house single-handedly. Single-handedly steamroll. I'm not kidding. Ball crossed in. Header, shot, blocked away, and cleared by DC. I would steamroll the house single-handedly. You would get bitter juried. Maybe. But, yeah, probably. I would probably get bitter juried to hell and back, probably. If I made it to the final, I would get, yeah, I probably would. I probably would. We can't buy a goal. Yeah, you're right. I'd probably get bitter juried to hell and back. What if they called the pirate? Well, hopefully if there's a year where there's a lockout, it like extends into September, and then maybe, you know, I can, either way. Yeah, one of my dreams come true. Well, during the lockout. And then it's just Common Ryan Masterclass. MLS lockout into September. He's like, you want to? Yeah, sure, why not? I ain't got shit else to do. I got shit else to do. Common Ryan Masterclass, steamroll the house. Instead of football, he's steamrolling the house. Mm. 1-0 for DC in the 61st minute. Aura farming. Well, it's either a common masterclass or a common aura farming. It depends. If I have HOH or the PO or the power of veto, it's a common Ryan masterclass. If I backdoor somebody without having any of the power, it's a common aura farm. Common Ryan aura farm. Because I guess the gold one's costing more. And I mean, the silver star is bigger, though, isn't it? Like the current, or is it not? That's screwed. I could have sworn the current silver star is still bigger. Well, you're telling me it's just these? Like all of them are just these? I could have sworn, at least at the start, like the silver star was bigger for like the current champion. What? Tell me we're getting? Okay. Should also be gold, not silver. It's a regular silver star like yours. Damn, that sucks. They changed. I guess it's just too expensive. Yeah, I wish they kept the gold star. I really do. I really do. Like, that made sense. Like, I mean, I'm not mad about, like, the champion Scudetto on the sleeve. I'm not mad about that. Shot saved. I'm glad they have that. It should have been gold. And they should have kept the gold star with, like, the number in it for the season. And then, of course, then it becomes silver. And at least the big silver star at the beginning was, like, that was felt. Okay, but you're saying it's just the same one. That's crazy. So now it's just a regular silver star above the... This match is hard to watch. It's a glorified friendly. Both teams have been off for a while. It's been horrible to watch. We've played 2 games since the World Cup's been over. We should be better than this. And also, we played Halifax. We played 3 90-minute matches. The rush should be off our legs. And frankly, I do think for the first half, we were the better team. We just got scored on. Now DC's starting to come through, which of course they are. But, you know, I don't know. Either way. You're doing the U20 tournament tomorrow? Yes, I am. I'm doing the Canada game tomorrow. Because at least Canada will be a fun game to watch. Peltola and Stroud coming on for Peglow and Hopkins. I'm not doing the meme, no. I'm not doing the meme, no. Alexandre Matan in St. Louis. Playing forward, shot saved by Sean Johnson. But it's funny. No, it's not. It's not. Call me an unk. It's not funny. Playing forward, Toronto blocked away. Corner. Louisville FC beating a local Trinidad team plus Rion Moore at the half 1-0. Yeah, I could have told you that was going to happen. I don't care how bad Louisville is. Yep. Robin Fraser is garbage. I've been saying this. Call the Pirate. Shot! Oh, what a save, Sean! Sean Johnson with a big save. That's out for a corner. Jordy Mihailovic with a shot, but Sean makes a big save. Sean Johnson's going to be the man of the match, isn't he? Do you think Toronto's going to tie the game up? That was the chance right there, and they didn't do it. So probably not. But at least that's exactly my point. I don't think we can do it to be successful. I don't want it either. If we were going to be that, we should have chose it in the beginning, which we did not choose it. We want to be successful. We need to be successful. There are people in the MLSE and the front office that don't know what it means to be successful. And the person with all the answers is, well, sitting on a blue couch, watching a game of this team playing shittily once again. Is it going to be insane? Yes. Is it going to be a fun insane, whether it works or not? Yes. Is it the same insanity as we're committing right now? No, because that's bad insanity. Because doing the same thing and expecting a different result is insanity. And keeping Robin Fraser or hiring somebody similar to him, if you fire him, is insanity. But then how's the other one? Well, also you can call cutting edge and swashbuckling and innovative insanity as well. But it's going to be fun. Ball crossed in. But it's going to be fun. Whether it wins or works or not, it's going to be fun. Well, yeah, you got a point. But you know MLSE loves their money, and real sports is going to make you pay out the ass for it. You know damn well. Oh, and also Fanatics. So either way you look, you're going to have to pay out the ass for it. Because that's just what they do. That's just what they do. Yeah, I can't control the prize points. I'll never be able to control the prize points of the jerseys, so that's not on. That'll never be on me. That'll never be on me. Don't cry for me. 1-0 DC. It's right there. Exactly. Swashbuckling football is as fun as the air raid was. And I guess still is. Is it the same now that Mike Leach is gone, the air raid? No, it's not the same. But it's still pretty fun when other teams do it. It's still pretty fun to watch. It's not the same without Mike Leach, but you know. One day, hopefully. It's not the same without Mike Leach, but you know. What you gonna do? They knocked out Bertarame in the air. Oh no. Oh. I didn't want to see that for him. That sucks. No, because we got Dorsch for half a season as a DP, Josh Sargent and Jordy Mihailovic. So no, when Dorsch comes in for the next 6 months, no, we have no open DP spots. We will have an open DP spot once we buy down Dorsch in January. Of course. We got a CDM as a DP for 6 months. Lovely. Just good job, MLSE. Do we need a line break in CDM? Yes. The guy's a DP for 6 months? What the hell are we doing? At least we can buy him down to TAM. Idiots. We could have waited. We could have waited. Damn, that sucks for Bertarame. Well, I mean, it depends. Yeah. I hate to hear that. Ugh. Man. I hope he's okay. I'm praying for him, man. I don't know if I want to see the clip. Free kick. Bartlett down. Ugh, I don't. Well, let me see how they play tomorrow. Let me see how they play tomorrow, and I'll tell you. I mean, I know Mexico won 3-0. United States is really just trying to qualify for... Well, yes, they will qualify for the U20 World Cup. I think Canada will win the quarterfinal. I think Canada's good enough to win the quarterfinal. Yes. Which means they would qualify for the U20 World Cup and the Pan Am Games. The Olympic Games is being the best team besides the USA. But yes, I think, well, a good point. Yeah, no, I think we will qualify for the U20 World Cup. The question is if oh, yeah, no, that's bad. He's crocked. That's not good. Clash of heads, fell right on the grass, hit his head on the grass. Oh, yeah, that's a concussion at least. Yeah. Oh. Insigne. He was the worst. He was the biggest flop in MLS history. Lorenzo Insigne. Oh no, that's bad. That's bad. Oh. 72nd minute, Toronto. Free kick. God, man. Oh, shit. That's off the side netting. That'll be a goal kick. The same teams that qualify for the U20 World Cup qualify for the Pan Am Games. So the quarterfinal winners of the U20 Championship. So if you qualify for the World Cup, you qualify for the Pan Ams. Yeah, you really do hate to see it. I haven't even, just hearing about it makes me want to tear up, honestly. Throw in 1-0, 73rd minute. I don't even know how to watch the Pan Am Games. So, I mean, if Canada makes it, I'll find a way to do their games. I don't know how I'm going to watch them. I don't even know if they're aired. But I would hope I'll be able to find a way to do the Canada games if they make the Pan Am Games. But Verde's still down. Damn. Verderrame's still down. Damn. 73rd minute, 1-0. '75th minute. How many MLS teams played the next Club World Cup? Right now, 0. And depending on where it's hosted, it might be 0. Of course, if you win the CONCACAF Champions Cup, you're in no matter what, even if it's 4 Mexican teams. The only reason there were 2 or 3 MLS teams is Leon. Well, good point. Shot, save, goal! TFC ties it! Theo Corbianu with a shot! And it finds its way in! 1-1. Or just call the Pirate, and then TFC might end up in there. Call the Pirate, TFC will end up in there. There's still 2 Champions Cups to qualify for the Club World Cup, the next Club World Cup. There's still 2. Even if we only have 1 shot, we won't miss that shot. What a shot by Theo Corbianu off the hands of Sean Johnson and in. He couldn't keep that one out. They actually scored. He was laughing about Toronto scoring. I agree. This looks like Tua. Theo Corbiano goal. 1-1. Oh, we'll find a way to allow one from DC late, though. Just wait. Shot, save, corner. 74th minute. No, it's a 76. 76 minute. 1-1. We'll go with it. 1-1. Cross in, header. Why would Toronto scoring be funny? Because we're shit. We haven't scored in God knows how long, and we finally scored. That's why it's funny. Even a blind squirrel. It's funny because a blind squirrel finds a nut, I guess. It's funny because a blind squirrel finally found a nut. You didn't expect it. Pretty good goal, too. Either way, over the bar. Do with that what you will. Do with that what you will. But either way. Not that it matters, but either way. Over the top. Toronto drawing every game left this season would be funny. That would also be funny, but that would just be par for the course. They keep Fraser. That might be exactly what happens. They call the Pirate. Probably not. I didn't say we'd probably win most games, but well, there's probably a 0% chance of the right call being made, so you're probably right. But even if they fire Fraser, it's just going to be some jackass who is the same guy, or some guy who's washed up to hell and back. Either way. So even then, they probably won't win the cup. But if they make the right call, they will. But there's a there's like a 2%, not even a 2% chance. Then again, I mean, MLSE did hire John Chaika, so I guess maybe we'll give it a 2% chance, or a 0.2% chance. But most likely, in most realities, you're right, they won't win the cup. Because they ain't going to call the right guy. In most realities. In 99.8% of realities. Whether they keep Fraser or not. 99.8% of realities. Jose Kojima coming on for DC. Well, good for him. And Mialis. So you're probably right. But, so it's a non-zero chance, but it's a very low chance. Exactly. But I won't say it's a 0.0.0.0.0. You know, I won't say it was that. Blombeck is coming on to replace Berthe. Suarez taking the PK. Hey, I know you've been saying it for months. And it probably will be facts by November or December. You're probably right. We deserve better, and we can have better. And we should have better. But even if they fire Fraser, I guarantee you, most people they could hire will not be better. That's not how MLSE works. Now, there are people that I would endorse that I would be like, you know what? It ain't what I want, but at least it's somebody I'm in close agreement with tactically. Yeah, Wilfried Nancy, Bobby Smirniotis. I would have said Gio Savarese, but he's in Australia now. There are a couple of people that I would be like, okay, yeah, similar tactics. Different person, but you know what? I endorse it because at least the tactics are there. Maybe to not the crazy extent, but they're there. It's worth a shot. But there are a couple of people I'd endorse. I still don't know if it would be good enough to have that second half run. But there are people I would endorse at least for the future. But I don't trust MLSE to even do that, let alone make the completely right call. I don't trust them to even do that. But either way, even if they fire Fraser, there's still going to be a guy who, yeah, good for him. One of the better things about us. 1-0 for Miami. Good. Amazing. I'm glad Miami's winning the match for him. 1-1, 81st minute. Picked up by Gavrin. Yeah, Gavrin's been really good. I could only imagine how much worse it would be if he wasn't. 'We think this game ends in a tie? I hope it does. Honestly, the way we performed, I think we deserve a draw. I'm not going to give Fraser any flowers for it, but 83rd minute, 1-1 TFC. Segovia is now suspended for the next game. Damn. He's getting all those yellow cards. '84th minute. Lewandowski looking frustrated. Oh, my. I hate that for him. Segovia and fry out. That's not good, bro. And no Bertarame for a while either. Yeah, it's getting from... Even if you win, it's a Pyrrhic victory. I mean, it's good for... You won for Bertarame, but sounds like a Pyrrhic victory to me. Sounds like a Pyrrhic victory to me, if anything. So... No, you're here. Ordaz. No, you're here, son. I can read your comments. I don't control the ads, son, and it's probably nothing because nobody clicked them. So, Ordaz, 22, coming on. Nathan Ordaz for DC. Yeah, but Bob Bradley wasn't the manager when Federico left. So, why does that matter? Now, if there was a player that stabbed me in the back, I'd throw him out the damn door. But that's on Bradley for trying to sewer him. And let's be real. And let's be real. Bradley was the one who had his people put out the Athletic article that sewered Federico. That sewered that side of the locker room. So who really stabbed who in the back? Mind you. Who really stabbed who in the back? And by the time Federico left, he went through three more managers. Dunfield, Herdman, Fraser. Yeah, if I got stabbed in the back by my own players, I'd throw them out the damn door. I don't care if they're a DP. They're going to get kicked out the door. So Bradley's a punk. Bacala's a punk. Simple. Because if a player stabs you in the back, they should be out the door instantly. Exactly. Either way, full-time Columbus wins. Well, if you think Bradley was the answer, we can't go back to that. I don't think anybody wants to go back to that with how messy all that was. We just need to go down a different path now to be better. Maybe Bradley was the one who should not have been blamed. Maybe he wasn't. I don't know. He's not like Armas where I'm going to say sorry for being harsh on him. Armas, I've said sorry about being harsh on him. I think we should have kept Javier Perez, to be real. I wish we kept Javier Perez, to be real, if we're going to go back to managers that we've kept or got rid of. Javier Perez, I thought, was the real answer. I think Javier got railroaded too. And it makes sense because he was given the full manager title after that first little run of wins. Playing forward, TFC. Ball crossed in. Top of the box. Still top of the box. TFC has it. Coelho free kick for DC. But I think Javier got the same deal Armas got. I think they always wanted Bradley. 1-1, yes. I think TFC always wanted Bradley. I think Michael got to him. I think they always wanted Bradley to be the manager, and they knew he would be out after 21 of LAFC. So what they did, yellow card, it was a free kick the other way. Louisville's like, what, 5th on the table in the Eastern Conference? I mean, they're not as good as they have been. But for me, when you look at it, I think Armas got a deal of you make the playoffs or you're out. I think Javier got that same deal when he became the manager. I think they were like, if we're going to keep you, you better make the playoffs. And even then, I don't know if that would have been enough, but I'm sure that was the first deal. And after that first little run of games where Javier won and the team won, and they won, 3 straight? It looked like they had the points per game to make the playoffs. And I guess the deal was playoffs are out for him as well. And then they didn't make the playoffs. Then they swooned and they didn't make the playoffs. And then he got fired. And then it was Bradley. I think Javier would have stayed had TFC made the playoffs that year. And I think we would have been better off for that in general. I think Javier got wrong more than Bob, to be honest. That's where I wish we kept it, frankly. But playing forward. 553K, only DC left. What do you need? I don't think so, but either way, I think we're going to be where we are, 1-1. 13 minutes out of time for the Miami game. But yeah, when you have a concussion on the pitch, yeah, that sounds about right. Ugh, man, I hate it for Birday. I really do. We'll have a review for this game once it's over, and I'll be back tomorrow morning for the Formula One Hungarian Grand Prix, and then tomorrow afternoon for the Canada U20 match. TFC scored a goal, yes. Corbianu. Somehow we aren't losing, but there's still time to have a Tobias time goal. Our luck, we're going to have a goal against us. 8 minutes? No, I don't understand how that's happening. I don't think Toronto's been that bad tonight comparatively to the last 2 games. I don't think DC's been that special, but we've actually got something out of this game comparatively. We seem to be a bit better, and that was the chance to score for us, and it goes to Sean Johnson. Good pass. No, 13 minutes for the Miami game, 8 minutes for the Toronto game. But either way. Playing forward. Good tackle. Cleared away. You need 1-1 for your parlay. Phil Neville praising Coelho. He should be. Coelho's a damn good player. Good, Phil. Correct move. Should be praising Coelho. Amazing player. I mean, I like banana bread pudding. Banana pudding, banana bread pudding. Malik Henry's on TFC for Corbianu. Good. I mean, if banana pudding's awesome, if you add banana bread to the banana pudding or make banana bread pudding, I'm not sure. It sounds, I love banana bread. I love banana pudding. I'm sure both of them together would be amazing. So, yeah. Everybody who knows ball does. I love Coelho too. I think he's an awesome player. Always have. I've always been on his side. Always have been. Always have been. Hell, since he was at TFC too. Always have been. Anybody who knows ball loves Coelho. He's not the problem. Exactly. Anybody who knows ball knows Coelho's not the problem. Apparently, Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal is agreed in principle, £80 million total package. Okay. I don't put a player on my jersey that I don't like. So that the fact that Coelho's on my the current home jersey, means a lot. Playing forward. Because if I got the popular name, no penalty, I don't think you should cash out. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. 93rd minute, you'll be fine. Now, if they give a penalty, I would cash out as soon as you can. But no, they didn't. Free kick for TFC, 93rd minute. Yay, rebuild. Right now, who's winning MLS Cup? Probably... Shit, I don't know. Like, if you go by the first half, that's just dumb because everybody had 6 weeks off. I don't know about Miami. I need to see how they play without when Messi gets back. LAFC, Portland looks really hot right now, but it's early. It's early in the second half. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's open. It's very open. Offside. It's a very open field, to be honest. Cincinnati's actually good. Nashville, honestly, I mean, Nashville's a good shout. If you want to go after what we've seen so far, Nashville's a really good shout. I mean, they're 40 points. They're top of the East. They're on fire. They won on the 27th or 22nd. They're drawing as we speak. Nashville, I mean, I think they're pretty damn good. Cincinnati actually might be good this year. Chicago, I don't know if they're there yet, but we'll see. Ball crossed in, blocked away, but headed away. Can't believe Nashville rebuilt. They did it by playing offense for once. But they still know how to play Haram ball when needed. Look at the America tie. And hell, the whole Champs Cup run. That proved to me Nashville was for real. It wasn't exactly the 40 points. It was the CONCACAF run. BJ Callahan is awesome. All respect for BJ Callahan. He added offense to that Nashville team. He added offense to that Nashville team, but also they still know how to play Haram ball when needed. The Gary Smith Haram ball. So it's perfect. It's perfect. It's the best of both worlds for Nashville. And what they did in the Champions Cup, winning in Mexico, they're for real, for sure. I just hope they hold on to it. So that's something to think of, to be honest. Looking at that if you look at Nashville, I mean, very solid. 96th minute. They might still win the game, knowing Toronto FC if you're a DC fan. Ball crossed in. Or maybe you pick Toronto. And that's going to be no penalty? What? 2, really? No penalty. Okay. 96th minute. Dazelle got brought down. There's no way that's not a penalty. There's no way that's not a penalty. What did you do, Gilman? Yeah, that's going to be given as a penalty. USA, U20, that's going to be given as a penalty. I know damn well it is. There's no way it's not. That's a penalty. That's a penalty. Yep, penalty for DC. Penalty for DC. Tabaribo at the penalty spot. Wait, they didn't even go to the monitor. They didn't even go to the monitor to give the penalty. Or is he just going to the spot because he thinks it's going to be? I think USA U20 is being Haiti. They didn't even go to the monitor. Now they are. It's a penalty, though. It's a penalty, though. It's a penalty, though. He didn't get any of the ball. He tripped. He tripped him. Dazelle. Gilman tripped him. It's a penalty. It's a penalty. It's going to be a penalty. It will be a penalty. There's no way it's not. Penalty for DC, I'm sure. Like, that's, yeah, I was like, nah, that's a penalty. We got lucky once. We're going not. We almost gave away a penalty earlier. That was a penalty. That's a penalty. PK for DC United. Yep, TFC being TFC, aren't they? Jesus Christ. There's no way Baribo misses it. Penalty for DC. Penalty. I can't even get mad at this one. Final decision penalty. Yep. I can't even get mad at this one. That was a penalty. That's on Gilman. That was dumb. That was dumb. Like, that was just dumb. And that's how Tobias time counts for Toronto. Or counts against Toronto. We give away a penalty for Gilman. Yeah, but they actually played well tonight. It is a penalty, yes. Like, it was straight up a penalty. It's a clear penalty. Even I saying it's a clear penalty, and I rarely do that. Especially when it's against Toronto. Like, that was straight up a pen. That was straight up a pen. I can't even disagree. And I hate Pro, and I think Pro is garbage, and I'll take any chance to call them garbage. It is a penalty for DC. Baribo. Hey, Richie covered his mouth. I don't know if that's a rule in MLS. TFC blows it in the last 15 minutes again. They tie it up just to lose. DC penalty. Ty Baribo to take. Can Luka Gavrin make the save? Baribo's not going to miss. And it's a goal! It's a goal for Ty Baribo! 2-1. Two Tobias time, or two late goals in each half. One late goal in each half. 90 plus 9, 2-1. And Toronto loses the game. It's a goal for DC. Ty Baribo. 2-1. Well, and that's how the game's going to end. 2-1 to DC. A Ty Baribo penalty. Gilman gave it away, and it was an obvious penalty. And Gavrin went the right way, but he couldn't get to it. Thank you, Fraser, of course. I mean, Gavrin went the right way, but Baribo wasn't going to miss. Just not enough of a touch to it by Gavrin to get the goal away. And Ty Baribo scores the penalty. Free kick for TFC. At the last second, we get a free kick. Yep. DC penalty kick at the 99th minute. And they scored it. Jackson Gilman gave away the penalty, tripped Dazelle, and then gave away the penalty. TFC with a late free kick. Closer to Fraser going anyway. DC scored. Yeah. Toronto, who knows? Probably not. It'd be funny if they scored on the free kick and tied the game anyway. Over the top. Gilman brings it down. Out for a corner. Montreal fans have an impact poster in the supporter section. Good, as they should. 2-1. No point in their halfway mark game. No point for TFC. Just under a point per game after 17 games. Mora starting, of course, as we know, for Portland. Chara's starting good. Corner for TFC. Last kick of the game, most likely. Coelho with a corner kick. Header. Nobody there. Cleared for DC, and they overrun the ball. So, yeah, that's going to end well. Over the top. Header. Cleared away. DC scored. Not again. Going forward. Advantage played. Free kick for TFC. It is 2-1 DC, yes. Do you not see the thumb or the lower third? Full time. Full time, DC wins 2-1. TFC's draw streak is over. DC beats Toronto. We are garbage. With that being said, yes, call the Pirate. I agree with them. Bring back the impact. And it has the 90s Impact wordmark logo. That is a pretty cool logo. Thanks, Toronto, for nothing. Garbage. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Subscribe. Hit that hi button to put us up in the algorithm. Hit that join button to become a member. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. And then I will see you in the morning at 8 a.m. for the F1 Hungarian Grand Prix. And I will see you tomorrow afternoon for the Canada U20 versus Panama U20 CONCACAF U20 Championship match. So, we got 2 things tomorrow, 2 streams, 2 reviews, and we got the TFC review tonight. I'll see you within the hour. I'm running, I'm out. Peace.